This golf company has been making fantastic irons for the last few years now. However, they have been going massively under the radar with so many golfers around the world, and today we're going to find out just why. Introducing the brand new Cobra DS Adapt irons. Now, these are actually quite well priced. You can get them for circa £689, or if you want the gap wedge, £789. Now, the big thing with these golf clubs is they are jam-packed full of technology. They do obviously feature premium components in shafts and grips, and they're made by one of the biggest names in the game. So these irons are almost coming in at that kind of D2C consumer budget. Is this the start of the big brands fighting back when it comes to potentially undercutting each other with price? Now that's all good and well, but if you're undercutting with price, are they undercutting with performance? That's what we're going to find out today with these irons. We've got the gap wedge, 9-iron, 7-iron, and 5-iron. 5-iron is the longest club you can get in this set, but like I said, they are quite affordable. So we'll start with the gap wedge, and I think these look really, really good. So I was impressed when I tested the DS Adapt fairway woods, hybrids, and driver. Now, how do the irons perform? Because obviously these don't have that kind of multi-way 33 adjustment hosel, but they do have lots of technology in them, which we'll go to in this video. Now we're going to start with the gap wedge. I think this does look nice. It's a nice head shape. There's a little bit of offset on there. I've set a flag out there at 100 yards because I think with a gap wedge, you don't always want to hit it full. You want to be able to manipulate it a little bit. You want some versatility. You want to be able to see how far you can potentially hit it. So we'll start with that. Does look to be quite a lot of loft on here actually. And I think that felt quite firm, quite clicky. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, so I've tried to land that 100, it's gone 107, released out to 109, plenty of spin on there at 7,500. But if you're after a soft forged iron, I don't think these are potentially going to be for you. I've struck that nicely out the middle actually. You can just start to see where the strike location was out of that HOT face. And for me, who wants these irons? That's going to be the interesting one because Cobra have made good irons for quite some time now. And why aren't people buying them? I've tried to take a little bit off that. Spins down. It's still going to carry along though. It's still going that 108 releasing up to 110. So I'm sort of struggling here to hit this the distance that I want to hit. That's not necessarily the club's fault. That could well be my fault. But these do have so much technology in them that you might struggle to hit those kind of little knockdown shots. Again, you can sort of see on the face angle there, we've hit two nicely out the middle. There's a little bit of urethane still on the face, on the hot or HOT face, depending how you want to say it. Come on, let's get this. Land it 95 and just release out. That felt a little bit more like it, to be fair. We've took some off it. We've landed it 93.4. It's released out to 99.4, so that's nice. We're starting to get there. And if you do buy a set of irons like this, obviously going and practicing with them is going to help. Obviously getting fitted into them is going to help as well. Come on, one more. And then we'll start to gently move up this set. And the more I'm taking the speed out of this, the more I'm starting to sense that these, you can get them to feel quite nice if you do get them out of the middle of that club face. That's potentially something why golfers maybe weren't buying these throughout the years. Let's move back. Let's go into, I'm going to go 9-iron. They are quite strong lofted. The 9-iron looks very much like a 7-iron should look. We'll move the pin back to, what do you reckon, Bob, 150? So when it comes to tech with these irons, let's delve into exactly what Cobra are saying about them, because we've already mentioned about that HOT face. We know it features a hollow body construction, and that is taking the inspiration from the metalwood design. The hollow body construction in every iron improves weight distribution and creates a more unsupported face to unlock maximum distance potential. We have a speed shell face insert that does feature the HOT face tech, and that's re-engineered with Cobra's largest to date face insert, wrapping further around the toe and the sole area, and a larger insert paired with that HOT face technology to deliver 23% more face flex than the previous dark speed irons. We also have a new adaptive weighting system. That's a re-engineered power bridge. Cobra love a power bridge, don't they? They love a power, build any kind of bridge, but a power bridge, they're all over. And that positions the CG lower for improved energy transfer and higher launch, resulting in much more playable distance, which we've tried to test with the gap wedge there. We have tuned acoustics and feel for a much better kind of sound and feel, and of course premium shaft and grip components. So realistically with that, there's a lot being said. There's a lot of technology there, especially for the price that Cobra are sending these out, you have to take your hat off to them for the price. I know it's not cheap, but it's better. It's better than that kind of over £1,000 set, isn't it? Now this 9-iron looks incredibly strong, nice thick top line, plenty of offset, and that actually felt really nice, you know. I'm really surprised with how nice that felt. It's still in the air at 140. It's a 153 carry, quite low spin, 6,400. That's always going to be the case with an iron like this. I'm not going to see this spinning at 8,500 regularly because it just doesn't have that setup for it, but it doesn't necessarily have the loft for it either. Now that's a bottomy hit. If that carries 150 again, this is where you kind of get in the club. It's 157, 5,900 spin. They're like identical, aren't they? And that's what I like about these. I like that you can sort of hit it at the bottom of the face. You know you hit it at the bottom of the face. You hold your hands up on the tee on the par 3. Oh no, please carry the water. That's going to go next to the flag. That's what you want with these irons. You want an iron that is certainly going to help you hit longer, more consistent shots. I've given that a little bit more. We've got more spin at 6.2. Again, it's that kind of 155 carry though. So look at the dispersion on the left-hand side, and they're all much over muchness. They're all very, very close together. That's what I like about these irons. I haven't had one jump on me yet that goes a lot further, but we have had. That is that's spinning at 7, 6, 7, but we'll call it 7. And again, it's bang next to the others. It's 156, and you could throw a blanket over all of those shots. Do you think they look good? Bobby opinion, VAR. It's
6 out of 10.
It's a difficult one because they're not an ugly iron, but they're not like a really traditionally sexy iron, are they? But I think whoever's buying these, they're not necessarily in the market for, what do you reckon, 7-iron, but 180? I bet we can probably get there, to be fair. I don't think these are the club that, such as like, I don't know, Bobby's dad will go and buy, for example, because if you've been playing golf a long time, you kind of know what brand you like, but also you want something fairly traditionally looking. That, for me, is where TaylorMade have nailed it with such as the P790, because you have a traditionally looking iron that goes like stink and looks really good. Whereas that, I think, potentially for the newcomer on the block, who's maybe that golfer who probably wears Malbon or something like that, Bobby, potentially that might be for you because you like the look of something new, something where you can see all the visible technology. Bobby, you've got something to say?
I was going to say, I think it'll be a new golfer that buys them. Like
Yeah,
brand new set.
I think we've hit the nail on the head, haven't we? That or they'll be in rental sets around the country because they'll be cheap and no one will buy them, which would be a shame. Lots of offset on this 7-iron. It looks like a 5-iron, to be honest. I've hit that toey, 5,500 spin. That's still going to carry like 170, 173. That, I mean, that performance-wise, for the strike I've put on that, that is scarily good. That's really, really good. And that's something which, if you take from this review, you can get away with misstrikes, potentially. Oh, how good did that sound? Did you hear that? That was centered. That was really, really good. So yeah, 10 yards further with the kind of centered one. It's 190 total. It's a long way for a 7-iron. Obviously, these are strong lofted. There's a lot of tech in there. The power bridge might well be kind of coming to the party. And with the offset, I feel like I'm having to realistically aim slightly right and try and get my swing path a little bit more out to the right. It's actually helping me because my bad shot's left. Look how far that's gone. It's carried 188. This is where, and I will hold my hands up because I said with the 9-iron, we haven't had any that have gone a long way further and had the kind of flyer off the face. I feel like here, they're almost unplayably long. Like you would need so many wedges in here. So for example, if I move this green forward, so if we move the green from 180 to 160, because when I play golf, I do like to knock the ball down a bit and not necessarily hit full shots every time. Can we do that with this 7-iron? I mean, in fairness, no, it's still going though, look. Yeah, I mean, it's 7 yards long. It's what I wanted to do, but it's spinning at 4,500, so it's like a kind of unmanageable punting knockdown. I don't think it's the end of the world, because the ball flight was down, wasn't it? But I don't really see how you can, look, that one's going too far as well. They don't really have the versatility, but then whoever's buying these doesn't probably need the versatility. There's one thing for sure, I can't wait to see how far the 4-iron goes because this could be absolutely chaos. So the longest green we have here only goes to 180. But I reckon we could carry the trees, Bob. What do you think? Social experiment, how far can a DS Adapt 4-iron go? I think that's so good. 4-1 spins, there's plenty of spin on there. And that's pitched 206, 212. And we're not going to get the run out, I don't think, in there. Can we carry it much further than that? Because what was the Callaway carrying? 214? Yeah. I bet these are similar clubs as well. That's as good a golf swing as I can put on anything. I've ripped that. It's good spin, it's 4-1. And it's consistent, 205. The issue with that is, I'm hitting that really good, it's 205, and I am happy with that. But what was the 7-iron carrying? It was like 180, wasn't it? So I've got, this is a 5-iron. This is even a 4, it's a 5. So real, I'm just thinking there, the cogs were ticking in my head. That's miles, isn't it? And you think the 6-iron would probably be what, 190, 195? So that's not bad, really. And that's why obviously the sets come with a gap wedge, because realistically, this is your 4-iron, the gap wedge is your pitching wedge. And if they set that, then everyone would know kind of where they stand, wouldn't they? But guys, that's the Cobra DS Adapt irons. They are so fun to hit. If you are new to golf and you're looking for a set of irons, 213 carry with a 5-iron. I think making them more affordable has really potentially put these in the market for, like I said, like Bobby said, the person who wants a new set of irons and potentially wants something a little bit more modern, full of technology. Guys, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed that, smash that subscribe button. So many more product reviews to come in 2025. I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.